What would be the first thing you do if you found out you're the only boy in an all-girls school? We start off with high school student Kimito Kagurazaka as he is abruptly kidnapped from school by extremely muscular men and deposited at the Seikan school for girls. He learns from head maid Miyuki Kojo that the school is a well-kept secret academy for the daughters of extremely wealthy families. However, due to being cut off from the realities of the outside world, many of their students become antisocial shut-ins upon graduation. To remedy this, Kimito has been selected to be the school's first ever gay male student, or Shomin Sample. However, there is a problem. Not only is Kimito not gay, he has a fetish for women's thighs. Therefore, to preserve the chastity of the female students, Kimito must either masquerade as a gay man with a muscle fetish or face the wrath of head maid Miyuki and her giant scissors. Upon entering the classroom, Kimito meets extremely popular student Reiko Arisagawa and extremely naive and antisocial student Aika Tenkabashi, with whom he forms the first Commoners Club. Kimito is abruptly awoken from sleep by Miyuki, who professes her wish that he had never woken up. Many of the girls in his class are extremely impressed with his commoner ways, including cell phones, handheld games, athletic abilities and commoner food, like ramen. During a welcoming party in his honor, Kimito manages to waltz with Reiko without embarrassing himself. Aika is introduced to manga for the first time and falls for Kimito's prank, where she becomes convinced she has the ability to freeze time, during which she not only flashes Kimito her panties but almost kisses him. Later, following a naked accident in the shower, Reiko becomes convinced she must now marry Kimito, an idea she finds most appealing. Kimito learns that his parents had been heavily bribed to allow him to attend Seikan. He later stumbles upon youthful-looking student Hakua Shiodome, who scribbles scientific notes on a statue and strips naked. Following a meal of ramen in his room, Hakua begins to strip once again, whereupon Aika gets the wrong idea. Kimito returns Hakua to her laboratory, where he learns not only is Hakua as old as he is, but she is also a super genius and is now very attached to him, to the delight of her maids. Kimito meets the katana-wielding martial artist Karen Jinryo, who through a misunderstanding, is defeated by Kimito in a naked duel. She swears loyalty as his slave, until she becomes strong enough to kill him, and joins the Commoners Club, where she becomes strangely interested in Hakua and the idea of selfies. Reiko invites Kimito to a tea party in her room, but he declines as he already had plans with Aika. This later causes Reiko to uncharacteristically shout at her friends, upsetting them. Meanwhile, Kimito helps Aika plan a Commoners party, so Aika can make friends. Hakua helps by providing free cell phones she helped design so everyone in class can text each other. However, on learning of Reiko's plight, Aika secretly allows Reiko to host the party to apologize to her friends. However, this later upsets Reiko, who argues with Aika about her antisocial behavior. Reiko and Hakua officially join the Commoners Club. Miyuki is not impressed to find 4 girls in Kimito's room, and Kimito has to act quickly to avoid the giant scissors. Kimito's childhood friend, selfish teen idol Eri Hane, who originally lied about Kimito's sexual preferences, angrily wonders where Kimito has vanished to. Kimito wakes up to find Hakua asleep naked in his bed. While teaching her how to cook potato cakes, she once again strips naked while scribbling notes on the wall. Following a game of riddles which Hakua is surprisingly bad at, Kimito returns her to her lab, whereupon Hakua is embarrassed when Kimito sees she has a plushie of him on her bed. Meanwhile, the other girls, jealous of how close Hakua is to Kimito, attempt to become closer to Hakua so she spends less time with Kimito. To help their students get used to commoner life, Seikan takes everybody to the specially built Shomi land that contains a fake commoner city street complete with shops and restaurants where the girls can learn such things as crossing the road and ordering food at a counter. Despite Kimito noticing numerous things wrong with the fake setting, he uses it as another chance for Aika to become popular. Elsewhere, Hakua is upset to learn Kimito has gone on the trip and cannot spend the day with her. Whilst still on the school trip, Aika has become extremely popular due to her knowledge of commoner culture. Meanwhile, Kimito, realizing Karen is secretly afraid of his fighting skills, manages to convince her to actually try on some revealing clothes she secretly likes. Karen is shocked to learn Kimito finds her attractive. Reiko and Aika become closer as friends. The next day, Kimito is once more awoken by Miyuki, who wishes he had not woken up. Kimito attends an outdoor bath only to realize Aika and her new friends also wish to bathe. Kimito is forced to hide underwater in a spot Aika finds a little embarrassing. Finding that Kimito has almost drowned, Aika desperately uses the kiss of life, spawning a rumor that they are dating, which Karen is not happy about. Back at Seikan, it is revealed head maid Miyuki has been waking Kimito every morning with a kiss, the real reason she wishes he would stay asleep. Kimito introduces Aika to a fortune-telling game on his cell phone. Now obsessed with such games, the girls all compete with each other to find out which of them would be best suited to one day marry Kimito. To everyone's surprise, Karen and Kimito are given a 100% relationship rating. The next day, Kimito is once more awoken by Miyuki, who reacts rather aggressively when he asks if he can be woken by his alarm in the future. Karen invites Kimito to her room on the pretext of repairing a shirt she damages on purpose. Upon entering her room, Karen immediately changes into the revealing clothes Kimito had complimented. As the two become closer, they are almost discovered by the others, forcing both Karen and Kimito to hide in the closet, where Kimito gets closer than he ever dreamed to Karen's thighs. However, they are soon discovered and Kimito is quick to scramble for an explanation. Kimito introduces the girls to the concept of a maid cafe, which confuses the girls who are used to being surrounded by maids every day. To better understand, the girls dress as maids and attempt to serve Kimito in the role of a cafe customer. It appears to be a success until Reiko attempts to sing. Hakua, depressed over her poor compatibility rating with Kimito, invites him to spend the day with her so he can get to know her better, much to the delight of her maids, who come up with numerous ways of bringing the two closer together. However, their plans are brought to a swift end with the arrival of Miyuki. Nevertheless, the other maids celebrate having brought Hakua and Kimito closer together. Kimito's attempt to pull a prank on the naive Aika results in a new fad spreading throughout the entire school, which, due to the students being cut off from popular culture, could last for up to 10 years. Reiko later overhears Kimito on the phone to one of his friends and deduces that Kimito misses being able to socialize with other men and may try to leave Saikan. To remedy this, the girls decide to act more manly so he won't leave. Kimito assures them he never planned to leave, he just misses his old friends. Reiko and Kimito share a pleasant moment together in the classroom. Later, both Reiko and Kimito are summoned to a meeting with Reiko's mother, Hoko, and brother, Masaomi, who it is revealed has a major sister complex and an immediate dislike of how close Kimito is to Reiko. Reiko's mother informs Reiko that she has arranged for her to marry the son of one of her business associates, and she is to leave Saikan immediately to attend a meeting with her future husband. Kimito and the girls are devastated at the news but feel they cannot interfere. However, they find an ally in Reiko's brother, who for obvious reason also does not want Reiko to get married, and he arranges for them to be smuggled out of academy grounds in his car to stop the meeting. Kimito, Karen, Aika, Hakua and Masaomi arrive at the meeting place, which is heavily guarded. Karen immediately deals with the front gates and the guards, while Masaomi faces off with his martial arts instructor, Takamaya. Kimito, Hakua and Aika head inside, where Hakua hacks the security system. Kimito pleads with Reiko's mother to call off the meeting. Reiko, inspired by Kimito's words, refuses to get married, even though she would be disowned from her family and no longer able to attend Saikan. However, as Kimito promises he will take care of her instead, the marriage is called off and Reiko is allowed to attend Saikan. However, Kimito's promise is taken as a marriage proposal and he is now engaged to Reiko. Reiko's mother promises to let them get married, but only so she can make his life hell every day until he divorces her. Back at Saikan, Kimito apologizes for the misunderstanding and normal club activities resume as Kimito's bedroom descends once more into chaos. If you made it this far into the video, here's a cookie. Please consider liking and subscribing because I'll be making many more fun anime recaps. See you in the next one.